Discipline is not a punishment. It is the ultimate form of self-respect. It's the daily decision to rise above your excuses, your doubts, and your fleeting emotions to become the person you know you were meant to be. Most people live their lives as slaves to their impulses, reacting to life instead of shaping it. But those who understand the power of discipline, they become the architects of their destiny. They don't wait for motivation, they create it. They don't ask for permission, they earn respect through consistency. Discipline is not about being perfect, it's about being committed. It's the realization that no external force can stop a person who has mastered their internal world. When you master your mind, you take control of your life. The mind is the battlefield where success is either forged or forfeited. If your thoughts are scattered, negative, or weak, your actions will reflect that. But when your mind is clear, focused, and strong, you become unstoppable. It's not about pretending that everything is easy. It's about deciding that nothing will break you. Discipline trains your mind to obey your vision, not your mood. Every time you say no to temptation, you're saying yes to your greatness. Every time you rise early when it would be easier to sleep in, every time you train when it would be easier to quit, you're strengthening the most important muscle you have, your will. There is no freedom without discipline. People think freedom is doing whatever you want, but real freedom is the ability to do what must be done even when you don't feel like it. That's how you own your day. That's how you rise above average. Anyone can live on autopilot. Anyone can complain. Anyone can dream. But discipline is what separates the dreamers from the doers. It's what makes your goals real. You don't need to be the smartest or the most talented. You need to be the most committed. You need to show up when others check out. You need to endure when others escape. You need to be willing to suffer for your vision, because anything worth having will demand everything you've got. You will not always feel like doing what needs to be done. That's the truth. But discipline doesn't wait for the right mood. It creates the right action, and in that action, the mood shifts. You don't feel confident and then take action. You take action and then feel confident. You don't wait until you're ready. You move until you become ready. Discipline isn't about how you feel. It's about what you decide. And the more you choose discipline, the more you reinforce your identity as someone who finishes what they start, someone who doesn't fold under pressure, someone who owns their life. Mastering your mind begins with mastering your thoughts. Your thoughts shape your reality. If you constantly tell yourself you can't, your actions will mirror that belief. But if you train your mind to focus on solutions, to see every challenge as an opportunity to grow, then no obstacle can stop you. You become immune to negativity. You learn to silence the inner critic and feed the inner champion. You begin to operate at a different frequency, one that doesn't depend on circumstances but on choice. You train your mind like an athlete trains their body, daily, intentionally, and relentlessly. Every morning you wake up is another chance to own your day. That means setting the tone with your actions, not your emotions. That means doing the hard things first. That means refusing to waste your time on distractions that steal your future. Every second you give to doubt, to laziness, to complaining, is a second you'll never get back. Time is the one resource you can't recycle. The disciplined understand this. They move with urgency, with focus, with purpose. They protect their mornings. They dominate their schedule. They don't let other people's priorities hijack their mission. They decide how their day unfolds, and they execute with precision. You don't find time, you make it, and that takes discipline. Every excuse you give is a brick in the wall between you and your goals. Every delay is a betrayal of your potential. You say you want to succeed, but are you willing to pay the price? Because greatness costs. It costs your comfort, your convenience, your distractions. It costs your short-term pleasures. But what you gain is worth it. A life you're proud of, a mind that's sharp, a body that's strong, a spirit that's unbreakable. There is no shortcut. There is only discipline. People will doubt you. They'll say you're obsessed, too intense, too focused. But that's because they've accepted average. Don't let their comfort zone become your prison. Discipline isn't for everyone. It's for the few who are tired of living below their potential. It's for the warriors who'd rather be exhausted from effort than haunted by regret. It's for those who want to lead, not follow, for those who want to build, not beg, for those who want to own, not owe. That's the power of discipline. It separates you from the crowd and connects you to your greatness. You won't always get immediate results. That's why discipline requires patience. The seeds you plant today may take weeks, months, or years to bloom. But if you stay consistent, they will bloom. Most people quit because they don't see fast results. But the disciplined, they don't chase results. They build systems. They fall in love with the process. They don't need external validation. They are driven by internal standards. They don't need applause. They trust their mission. They understand that progress is often invisible before it becomes undeniable. Your environment matters. If you're surrounded by people who have no discipline, it's only a matter of time before you start lowering your standard. So protect your circle. Choose to be around those who challenge you, not comfort you. Those who push you, not pacify you. Those who elevate you, not enable you. Because when you walk with warriors, you sharpen your edge. Discipline is contagious. When you live it, you inspire others to rise. When you embody it, you lead without words, and that's real power. Your mind is your most valuable asset. Feed it wisely. Guard it fiercely. Don't pollute it with negativity, gossip, or garbage. Fill it with books, ideas, plans, and strategies. Train it to focus on what matters. Train it to bounce back from failure. Train it to ignore distractions and embrace discomfort. Because growth lives on the other side of pain. Every time you stretch yourself, every time you resist the easy path, you strengthen your mind. You become the kind of person who doesn't just survive life, but conquers it. There will be moments when you want to quit, when everything feels heavy, when progress feels invisible, but those are the moments that matter most. Because when you choose discipline in the dark, the light will eventually come. The pain will pass, the struggle will shape you, and you'll rise stronger, smarter, and more certain of who you are. Discipline gives you the power to endure storms, to overcome obstacles, to rewrite your story. Your life will be a reflection of the standards you set. Low standards, low life. High standards, high life. Discipline is the bridge between goals and results. It's the daily grind, the repeated effort, the consistent action. It's not sexy, it's not glamorous, but it's effective. It works. And if you work it, your future will be unrecognizable. You'll look back and thank yourself for refusing to settle. You'll be proud of every early morning, every late night, every sacrifice. Owning your day doesn't start with some magical formula. It starts with a choice, a decision to take responsibility, a decision to lead yourself, a decision to stop waiting and start moving. Every morning is a blank page. How you fill it determines how your story unfolds. Will you write a story of excuses or execution, of regret or resilience, of fear or fire? You are not a victim of circumstance. You are a product of your choices. Discipline gives you that power, the power to choose your habits, your actions, your outcomes. It teaches you that you don't rise to the level of your dreams. You fall to the level of your discipline. If you want better, be better. If you want more, do more. If you want change, create it. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to force you to rise early, to train hard, to eat right, to study more, to focus deeper. That's your job. That's your responsibility. And that's your gift. Because the power is in your hands. The more you take ownership of your day, the more powerful you become. The more you master your mind, the more unstoppable you become. The more disciplined you become, the freer you feel. So don't wait for the perfect time. Don't wait for the motivation. Don't wait for permission. Get up. Get focused. Get disciplined. Let every action be a vote for the person you want to become. Let every day be a masterpiece of intentional effort. Let every moment count. This is your time, this is your life, and you only get one shot. Don't waste it on laziness. Don't waste it on doubt. Don't waste it on fear. Live with discipline. Think with power. Move with purpose. Master your mind. Own your day, and watch the world bend to your will. The journey of discipline is not a straight road. It's filled with detours, obstacles, and tests, but that's the beauty of it. Every challenge you face along the way is an opportunity to prove to yourself how bad you want it. Every early morning when the alarm rings and your body screams to stay in bed is a chance to declare war on weakness. Every time you're tempted to skip your routine, to settle for comfort, to postpone action, you're at a crossroads. One road leads to mediocrity, the other to mastery, and the choice every single time is yours. The mind left untrained will sabotage you. It will whisper lies like, "You're tired, take it easy," or "You can do it tomorrow," or "It doesn't matter that much." But discipline is the voice that says, "Do it anyway." Discipline is the inner command that overrides your emotions with conviction. It doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't negotiate with weakness. It leads, it decides, it acts. Every day is a battle between the part of you that wants to grow and the part that wants to stay the same. Growth is painful, change is uncomfortable, but staying the same, living a life where you know you could have been more, is the ultimate pain. You must choose your suffering. The suffering of discipline is temporary. The suffering of regret can last a lifetime. Choose discipline. Choose the discomfort that sharpens you, not the ease that weakens you. Owning your day starts the night before. Discipline means preparing for tomorrow today. It means creating routines that support your goals. It means eliminating distractions before they become temptations. Set your priorities, write down your targets, visualize your execution. Go to sleep with intention so you can wake up with purpose. When the morning comes, don't scroll, don't snooze, don't drift attack. That first decision sets the tone for everything. Win your morning, and you start building momentum. And momentum is a force multiplier. It makes you faster, sharper, stronger. And even when life throws chaos your way, discipline is your anchor. Discipline is what grounds you when everything around you feels unstable. It gives you clarity when others are confused. It gives you courage when others are panicking. It gives you strength when others fold, because discipline is built on a foundation of values, not vibes. It's built on a code you write and refuse to break. Some people spend their entire lives waiting for a breakthrough, but the truth is, discipline is the breakthrough. The day you decide to stop chasing motivation and start cultivating discipline, your entire world begins to shift. You no longer depend on hype. You rely on habit. You no longer hope for change. You create it brick by brick, habit by habit, decision by decision. The difference between who you are and who you want to be is built in the quiet hours, the unseen reps, the unnoticed sacrifices, the quiet victories when no one's watching. Success doesn't shout, it whispers. And if you're disciplined enough to listen, you'll hear it calling you every time you choose growth over comfort, every time you say no to average and yes to excellence, every time you shut down distractions and lock in on your mission. You don't rise by chance. You rise by choice, the choice to show up, the choice to endure, the choice to keep going. Discipline is the daily handshake with your future. It's the reminder that greatness isn't something you wish for. It's something you work for. And every time you choose discipline, you become more worthy of your dreams. Mastering your mind is not a one-time event. It's a daily practice. Your mind, like a garden, must be cultivated. Weed out the doubts. Plant belief, water it with effort, and guard it with discipline. Don't entertain every thought. Most thoughts are noise, fear, insecurity, comparison. Discipline helps you separate signal from noise. It helps you recognize which thoughts deserve your attention and which ones need to be destroyed. You become what you repeatedly do, and what you do daily is who you are becoming permanently. So if you want to change your life, change your daily habits. Change your relationship with discomfort. Change your response to failure. Change your definition of success from something that happens to something you build. Every rep counts, every choice matters. And every disciplined action moves you closer to the person you were born to be. The world will always try to pull you away from your goals. There will always be distractions, drama, discouragement. But if your mind is strong, if your discipline is locked in, nothing can stop you. Not failure, not rejection, not pain, because discipline builds resilience, and resilience is the fuel that powers long-term success. No one will believe in your vision like you do. That's okay. You don't need validation. You need discipline. Let your results speak. Let your consistency be your confidence. Let your execution do the talking. Every time you take action when no one is watching, you're building a quiet kind of power that can't be faked. A power rooted in integrity, a power that commands respect. Own your day. Don't let your phone own it. Don't let social media own it. Don't let doubt, drama, or distractions own it. Start with clarity. Move with urgency. Finish with pride. Break your day into battles, and win each one. From your morning routine to your training, to your work, to your nutrition, to your recovery. Attack each one with focus. Your day is your empire. Build it. Protect it. Rule it. Remember, it's not about doing everything. It's about doing what matters with excellence. Cut the fluff. Eliminate the noise. Say no more often. Simplify your life around your goals. Let discipline become your operating system. Let it automate your greatness, because when you no longer have to think about whether or not you'll do the right thing, you just do it. That's when discipline becomes power. And it will get hard. There will be setbacks. You will fall. But discipline means you rise anyway. You don't need perfect conditions to show up. You show up because that's who you are. You show up when it rains. You show up when it hurts. You show up when it's boring. Because champions don't need ideal conditions. They just need a reason. And if your reason is big enough, nothing can stop you. So burn the excuses. Kill the distractions. Silence the doubt. Let your actions roar louder than any words. You have the power to master your mind. You have the power to own your day. You have the power to live a disciplined life. But power unused is power wasted. So use it. Live it. Breathe it. Become it. Be the person who's known for their discipline. The one who shows up early, stays late, and executes without complaint. The one who's relentless in pursuit, unshakable in mindset, unstoppable in action. The one who doesn't need to be told what to do because they already decided who they are. In the end, life will reward not what you intended, but what you repeatedly did. It's not about wanting it, it's about working for it. And the only thing that guarantees results is consistent, disciplined action. So take your life seriously. Take your time seriously. Take your potential seriously, because the clock is ticking, and every tick is a chance to rise, or a chance to retreat. Discipline is not the enemy of freedom. It is the foundation of it. It's the key that unlocks the life you dream of. Master your mind, and no challenge can own you. Own your day, and no obstacle can define you. Discipline is power. Claim it, lave it, and become everything they said you never could. Discipline is the quiet force that transforms dreams into reality, the silent builder of empires built not on the shifting sands of chance, but on the steadfast rock of commitment. There is a truth, often forgotten in the chaos of daily life, that the future is forged in the moments that many would call routine. Every time you choose the hard path over the easy one, you stitch together the fabric of your destiny with threads of purpose and determination. The journey of mastery over your mind is not a sprint, but a marathon, a daily act of courage in the face of mediocrity and doubt. It means rising when others stay down, finding within yourself a strength that seems inexhaustible even when the world would have you believe otherwise. You have felt the electric sting of potential, the unyielding desire to break free from the confines of a life dictated by fleeting impulses and unfulfilled promises. That burning spark inside is the whisper of your true capabilities. Every obstacle you face is there to reveal to you an aspect of your inner strength that you might have never known existed. Yet that strength remains dormant until you discipline your thoughts and actions. It is in the repetition of small, intentional choices that the extraordinary is born. When you choose discipline over indulgence, every act, every sacrifice, every moment of focus becomes a piece of a puzzle that, when assembled, reveals the full picture of who you truly are. It is easy to be distracted by the trivial, to allow the noise of the world to drown out the call of your higher purpose. In a society where instant gratification is glorified and the deepest rewards take time to manifest, discipline stands as the guardian of your long-term dream. It is the discipline that forces you to understand that the time you invest in self-improvement today returns to you manifold in the form of unshakable confidence, relentless momentum, and a life of meaning. Your worth is not measured by the ease of your victories, but by the grit you exhibit in the battles that seem endless. Each setback that tests your resolve is, in reality, a teacher, guiding you to hone your edge and to recalibrate your focus. Imagine each day as a blank canvas, and every disciplined choice is a stroke of paint that adds depth, color, and meaning to your masterpiece. The early hours of the morning, when the world is still quiet and the promise of possibility hangs in the air, are where champions are made. It is in those moments of solitude that you have the opportunity to align your actions with your ambitions. Embracing the discipline to wake before the sun rises, to invest in moments of meditation, exercise, and planning, sets the tone for a day of purposeful action. Those who master their mornings soon find that the discipline cultivated in the silence carries them through turbulent afternoons and restless nights. Many will tell you that hardship is your enemy, a sign that you should step back and retreat to a safer, more predictable way of living. But hardship, when viewed through the lens of discipline, is nothing more than the raw material of transformation. Every challenge, every moment of struggle, is a crucible in which your character is refined. True growth is not found in comfort, but in the deliberate confrontation with life's difficulties. When you persist in the face of hardship, you're not merely surviving, you're evolving. The discomfort you feel is the precursor to an inner expansion that grants you the fortitude to face each new day with a renewed sense of purpose and a clearer vision of your path. Your journey is unique, and the lessons you learn on the way are personal victories no one can ever take from you. When you commit to a life of discipline, you allow your inner voice to become louder than the voices of doubt and distraction that clamor in the background. With every disciplined decision, you affirm that you are in control, and the outside world, with its temptations and its trivialities, begins to lose its hold on you. The world may offer you millions of reasons to give in, but discipline will provide you with a million more reasons to keep pushing forward. It is a constant state of becoming, a metamorphosis that happens not overnight, but in the quiet moments of perseverance that build upon one another like layers of fine, durable steel. Consider every moment where you have resisted the allure of easy comforts. Those moments, though fleeting, have set the stage for achievements that seemed impossible at one time. The truth is that most of what we consider extraordinary is simply the sum of seemingly insignificant, daily choices made with unwavering determination. When you choose to work out instead of lounging around, or to read and learn instead of mindlessly scrolling through a feed, you are sowing the seeds of a future governed by excellence. Each choice is a declaration that you are not content with mere existence. Every small victory, every disciplined habit layers upon your momentum, creating a foundation that is as robust as it is resilient. There may be days when the weight of expectations, or the inertia of past failures, weighs heavily on you. On those days, remind yourself that discipline is not about being flawless. It is about being persistent. Even when you stumble, even when the road seems endless and the night unyielding, keep moving forward. The act of rising after a fall is what distinguishes the winners from the quitters. It is the ability to stand, dust off the regret, and face the future with renewed zeal that not only shapes your destiny, but redefines what is possible. Each fall is merely a prelude to a greater ascent, if you are willing to see it that way. The habits you form today will be the harbingers of your success, or the harbingers of your stagnation. Discipline, in its purest form, requires you to consistently invest in yourself regardless of immediate returns. This long-term investment, though sometimes unrewarded in the short term, reaps dividends when you look back at the life you have built. It builds an inner treasury of self, belief, and fortitude that no external setback can diminish. The more you feed your mind with positive, purposeful thoughts, the more you create an environment where growth and opportunity flourish. Let your beliefs be a clear mirror of the reality you aspire to create, one where discipline is the norm, and every action is a reflection of your commitment to excellence. There are moments when the path forward is obscured by fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. Yet discipline teaches that fear is nothing more than a signal of the transformative power of change. When you feel fear, it means you are on the brink of something significant. Embrace it as an ally rather than a foe. Understand that the discomfort of vulnerability is often the doorway to your most profound achievements. It takes discipline to face your fears squarely, to acknowledge them, and to take decisive action in spite of them. In doing so, you harness the energy of fear and transmute it into fuel for progress. It is in this crucible of emotional resilience that true greatness is forged. Every time you push through the resistance, every time you say yes, when all the signs point to no, you are writing a testimony of perseverance that will resonate through the annals of your life. These small acts of rebellion against mediocrity accumulate over time, creating a powerful narrative of success built on the foundation of relentless commitment. Remember that the measure of a person is not defined by the ease of their journey, but by the magnitude of the challenges they overcome. And in each obstacle there is an opportunity, a chance to rediscover the depth of your reservoir of strength and to reaffirm your dedication to a disciplined life. The power of discipline lies also in its ability to grant you clarity. In a world awash with chaos and distraction, discipline allows you to channel your energy towards what matters most. It silences the static of trivial concerns and hones your focus on your highest priorities. As you train your mind to disregard the noise, you begin to see the contours of your true potential more clearly. With a focused mind, you are able to identify opportunities that others overlook, solutions that others dismiss, and paths that others fear to tread. This clarity of vision is the most potent tool you have in sculpting a future that is as inspiring as it is fulfilling. There are no shortcuts to lasting success, no magic formulas that substitute for the hard, won rewards of disciplined living. While quick fixes and temporary highs may offer a fleeting sense of satisfaction, they pale in comparison to the deep, abiding contentment that comes from knowing you have done everything possible to honor your potential. The path of discipline is often steep and rugged, littered with moments of self-doubt and isolation. Yet it is in those very moments that your character is tested and your resolve is strengthened. The relentless pursuit of excellence demands that you embrace discomfort, that you lean into the challenge even when every fiber of your being yearns for ease. This is the crucible in which passion, perseverance, and purpose are melded into an unbreakable will. Know that every setback, every failure is simply an invitation to try again with greater wisdom and renewed determination. For those who cling to discipline understand that failure is not fatal. It is a necessary part of the process of refinement. Success is not a linear progression, but a series of trials and errors, each one teaching you something new about yourself and the possibilities that lie ahead. When you embrace failure as a teacher, you free yourself from the paralysis of perfectionism and open up to the infinite potential that exists within your imperfections. Each mistake made with the intent to learn, each stumble taken as a lesson, becomes a stepping stone on the path to mastery. Consider the profound impact of small, consistent actions taken over time. Just as a river carves its way through rock, not by sheer force, but by the steady persistence of water droplets, your daily choices can shape the vast landscape of your life. Even on days when the benefits seem imperceptible, trust that every disciplined act is contributing to a reservoir of success that will overflow in time. This slow and steady process, often invisible to the casual observer, is the reality behind every moment of true achievement. It is the guarantee that results, however distant they may seem in the present, are patiently being assembled through every disciplined moment. Look around at the examples of those who have achieved greatness, and you will notice one common thread running through their stories: a relentless commitment to discipline. From world-class athletes and visionary entrepreneurs to artists who transform the mundane into the magnificent, the unifying element is the willingness to embrace discomfort in service of a greater purpose. These individuals did not wait for perfect conditions or divine inspiration. They made the deliberate choice to take action day after day, regardless of the hurdles they encountered. Their legacies are not the result of extraordinary talent alone, but of the extraordinary discipline that fueled their endeavors. Your own journey is an open canvas, waiting for the bold strokes of your disciplined effort. Every moment offers a new opportunity to reinvent yourself, to challenge the boundaries of what you thought was possible. The discipline to rise early, to work hard when the world sleeps, to persist when others give up, creates a life that is distinctly and unapologetically yours. It carves a trail of relentless purpose through the fog of doubt and distraction, and leads you to a place where your potential is fully realized. When you commit to that level of discipline, you reclaim control of your destiny, and nothing can derail the momentum you have built. There will be times when the path seems lonely, when the sacrifices you make feel overwhelming. In these moments, look deep within yourself and remember that the pursuit of greatness is a solitary journey as much as it is a collective one. The doubts and fears that whisper in the silence are not markers of failure, but signals that you are pushing against the boundaries of your comfort zone. Every trial, every moment of isolation, is an invitation to discover the immense reservoir of strength that lies within. Embrace it with the conviction of one who knows that the hardships of today are the foundation of the triumphs of tomorrow. Reflect on the power of your own resilience, the undeniable truth that each time you choose to fight through adversity, you are becoming a more formidable version of yourself. The disciplined spirit thrives on challenges. It is tempered like fine steel in the heat of struggle. With every instance of perseverance, you fortify your inner resolve, turning obstacles into opportunities and setbacks into lessons. Let your endurance be the silent proclamation to the world that no force, however powerful, can extinguish the flame of a mind that is dedicated to continuous growth. In the quiet moments before sleep, when the day's efforts are behind you, allow yourself a moment of reflection. Celebrate the victories, however small, and learn from the missteps. Discipline is not about harsh self-criticism. It is about honest self-assessment and the gradual evolution toward excellence. Forgive yourself for the times you faltered, and use them as catalysts for further improvement. In these moments of introspection, you understand that each day is a new chance, a fresh page upon which you can write the story of relentless progress. Imagine the legacy you can create if you were to commit fully to this path. Not merely a collection of half-hearted attempts and abandoned goals, but a life marked by consistent, deliberate actions that define you as someone who refused to settle for less than what you are capable of. The discipline you cultivate today will echo in the years to come, creating ripples that extend far beyond your own life. Your actions may inspire others who are also yearning for a change, those who, like you, are ready to step out of the ordinary and into a life of magnificent purpose. By mastering your mind and owning each day, you become not only the architect of your own destiny, but a beacon for those lost in the maze of complacency. Let the quiet power of discipline be the constant companion on your journey. Every morning, as you face the rising sun, reaffirm your commitment to a life of purpose. Let the challenges that arise serve as reminders of the strength that grows within you with every tested moment. Trust that even in the darkest hours, when progress seems almost imperceptible, you are moving steadily toward a future that is as bright as it is hard-earned. The discipline of today is the triumph of tomorrow, and every decision you make is a step closer to the person you aspire to become. Think about the power contained in your daily routines, those rituals that may seem mundane but are in reality the building blocks of success. Simple acts like planning your day, setting clear intentions, and dedicating time to self-reflection compound over time. They nurture a mindset that is not easily swayed by the trivialities of life, a mind that remains anchored in a deep-seated belief in its own potential. These rituals fortify you against the inevitable distractions and temptations, allowing you to pursue your goals with unwavering focus. Over days, weeks, and years, these small acts accumulate into an unstoppable current, sweeping you past the obstacles that once seemed insurmountable. There are moments when the call of laziness and procrastination may feel overwhelming. The world offers many distractions, and it is all too tempting to surrender to those siren songs of comfort. Yet, remember that every time you give in to fleeting impulses, you are compromising not just your immediate goals, but the integrity of your future self. The discipline to consistently reject these temptations, to say, "I choose growth over ease," is the single most transformative decision you can make. It is a rebellion against a culture that values the momentary over the meaningful, a declaration that you are committed to building something lasting, something that transcends the ordinary. In the midst of the daily grind, it is easy to become myopic, to focus only on the immediate demands of the moment. But discipline teaches you to zoom out, to see the bigger picture that stitches together the tapestry of your life. Every struggle, every sacrifice is a deliberate investment in a future that gleams with promise. The persistent pursuit of your goals is not a burden, but a privilege, a chance to shape your destiny with every breath, every step, every decision. And as you gain mastery over your mind, you will find that the external world begins to align with the inner discipline you nurture. Opportunities arise where none seem to exist, and the challenges that once loomed large diminish before your unwavering resolve. Understand that discipline is the art of turning every potential setback into a setup for a comeback. It is the conviction to rise again and again, no matter how many times life knocks you down. With each recovery, you become more resilient, more capable of withstanding the tempests that threaten to derail you. This relentless resilience is your greatest asset, the unspoken assurance that even in the face of overwhelming odds, you will continue to push forward to strive to conquer. And in that relentless pursuit, you create a life that is not defined by fleeting moments of ease, but by the enduring strength of your spirit and the unwavering determination of your heart. It is within your power to shape each moment into a stepping stone toward the extraordinary life you envision. The choice is always yours, to succumb to the whispers of self-doubt or to silence them with the roar of disciplined action. Every act of self-mastery, however small it may seem, compounds over time to create a reservoir of self-trust and unstoppable momentum. Look in the mirror each day and recognize the power you hold. The power to transform struggle into triumph, hesitation into conviction, and uncertainty into clarity. The disciplined soul is a rare gem, refined by the grit of everyday challenges, and it shines brightest in the quiet moments of personal victory. Commit fully to the journey, recognizing that the pursuit of discipline is itself a celebration of life. Embrace the process with all its twists and turns, knowing that each challenge is a chapter in a larger story of transformation, a story that only you can write. The deeper you go into the art of discipline, the more you uncover about your true self, a reservoir of strength waiting to be unleashed, a spirit unbound by the limitations of the past, and a mind capable of infinite creativity and resilience. In every scar and every triumph, there is proof of your capacity to overcome, to rise, and to build a legacy of excellence. Let your life be a testament to the transformative power of discipline, a living, breathing manifesto of what is possible when the mind is masterfully guided, and every day is claimed with intention. As you continue on this journey, may you find solace in the simple truth that every disciplined act, no matter how small, is a brick laid in the fortress of your future. With each new dawn, seize the opportunity to rewrite your story, to reaffirm your commitment to a life of relentless purpose, and to sculpt a destiny that reflects the extraordinary person you are becoming. The long, arduous road of discipline may sometimes seem lonely, but remember that every step taken with determination echoes with the promise of a brighter tomorrow. It is not the easy path that leads to true greatness, but the unwavering commitment to stand by your convictions even when the shadows of doubt loom large. In the quiet perseverance of each day, you find strength. In the repeated acts of willpower, you create legacy. The journey may be long, and the challenges may be fierce, but every ounce of discipline you muster carries you closer to the summit of your potential. Continue to push forward when the world around you encourages surrender. Let the resistance you meet serve as a mirror, reflecting the immense reservoir of power that lies within. Celebrate not just the finish line, but every small victory along the way, for they are the true markers of progress. Each time you defy the pull of mediocrity, you demonstrate that the human spirit, when harnessed by discipline, is capable of miracles. You become the author of your own success story, a narrative woven from threads of persistence, resilience, and an unyielding commitment to honor your true potential. With every disciplined decision, you reaffirm that you are not here to simply exist but to thrive, to leave an indelible mark on the world. Your journey is uniquely yours, a path filled with both triumphs and trials, and each day offers a new opportunity to rise above what was, to embrace what can be, and to forge a future defined by excellence. Let your actions speak with the clarity of a man or woman who has no time for excuses, whose mind is disciplined enough to see beyond the temporary obstacles to the permanent victory that awaits. Over time, you will come to realize that discipline is not a restrictive chain, but a liberating force. It frees you from the shackles of procrastination and the tyranny of fleeting whims, replacing them with a steady rhythm of achievement that resonates deep within your soul. In that newfound freedom, you discover the capacity to embrace life in its fullest, to engage with challenges as opportunities for growth, and to celebrate each moment as a victory of the human spirit. The disciplined mind is expansive and resilient, capable of surmounting any barrier and transforming every failure into a stepping stone toward future success. In the end, remember this: the journey of discipline is the ultimate adventure, a quest that demands every drop of effort, every surge of courage, every ounce of self-belief you possess. It is a lifelong commitment to the pursuit of excellence, where each day is a battle fought with integrity, and each moment a victory claimed in the service of your grandest dreams. The legacy you build through disciplined actions will become the blueprint for future generations, a silent testament to the power of unwavering commitment. When you reflect on your life, you will see that the moments of discipline, the times you resisted the easy way, the instances when you chose persistence over pleasure, were the moments that defined you, that set you apart as someone who dared to master their mind and own their day. So, continue to push onward. When doubt arises, let your actions be the resounding answer. When failure knocks at your door, greet it with the unyielding determination to rise again. And as you journey further down the path of disciplined living, remember that every setback is temporary, every struggle a prelude to a comeback, and every day a new opportunity to step into the greatness that is your birthright. Embrace the challenges, relish the victories, and trust in the power of your own resilience. The path may be long and often grueling, but with each disciplined step, you are building a legacy that will endure far beyond the confines of time. Let this unrelenting pursuit of excellence be your anthem, a continuous call to awaken the dormant power within you, to live each day with a fervor that defies the ordinary, and to rise each time even stronger than before. The beauty of discipline is that it never truly ends. It is an infinite loop of growth, a cycle of self-improvement that transforms every new beginning into a testament of strength. In the realm of the disciplined, every setback is merely a setup for a greater triumph. Every moment of doubt a precursor to an overwhelming surge of clarity and resolve. May you always wake with the fire of determination burning in your soul, unafraid to tackle the challenges that lie ahead and confident in the knowledge that your disciplined choices are the building blocks of a remarkable life. As you journey forward, let the relentless spirit of determination be your constant companion, guiding you through the turbulence and leading you to the summit of your dreams. And when the day is done, reflect upon the progress made, not in terms of fleeting successes, but in the deep, abiding transformation of your character, the legacy of strength that you have so deliberately built with every disciplined breath. This journey, with all its trials and triumphs, is the true measure of your legacy, a legacy defined not by the temporary highs of inspiration, but by the enduring strength of a mind that has chosen to rise above every single day. Embrace it fully, live it deeply, and let every moment be a powerful testament to the belief that discipline is not merely a way of living, but the very essence of a life well lived. Continue to harness that power, master your mind, and own your day. With every fiber of your being, let discipline be the guiding light that turns your dreams into realities and transforms every ordinary moment into an extraordinary achievement. In this long and unwavering march toward excellence, let your heart be brave and your spirit unyielding. Every disciplined action, every determined step, becomes a beacon, lighting the way forward through the darkest times. Trust that the sacrifices you make today are seeds planted for the harvest of tomorrow, a harvest that will yield a bounty of achievement, fulfillment, and self-respect that no setback can ever diminish. As you continue to forge ahead, may you always remember that the power to transform your life lies within the simple yet profound choice to rise above the ordinary, and to live each day with the fierce, unstoppable energy of one who has mastered both mind and destiny. And so, with unwavering commitment and an unquenchable thirst for greatness, press on. For in every moment, in every breath, and in every disciplined action, you are reshaping your world, crafting a legacy that will echo long after the transient concerns of the day have faded away. There is no finish line in the pursuit of excellence, only continuous progress. Let the passion for disciplined living fuel your journey, and let the power of consistency carry you ever forward to the life you were born to lead. Of effort you pour into your growth is building something no one else can take away from you: unshakable character, unmatched resilience, and a destiny forged by your own hands. The disciplined individual understands that success is not a sudden explosion of luck or talent. It is a slow burn, fueled by endless repetitions, countless hours of deliberate practice, and the unglamorous refusal to quit. Others may chase shortcuts, looking for secrets or hacks, but the truth is simple and enduring. The secret is consistency. The secret is showing up even when no one's watching. The secret is doing the work when motivation is absent and only commitment remains. Each morning you rise, you are offered a new contract with your future, and the terms are always the same. Show up, stay focused, keep going. Some days you'll feel energized, other days exhausted, but feelings are fickle. Discipline is firm. Discipline tells you that feelings may come and go, but the mission remains, that your goals don't care how tired you are, and your potential doesn't wait for perfect conditions. The disciplined mind doesn't negotiate with excuses it executes, regardless of mood, regardless of noise, regardless of comfort. In a world obsessed with speed, discipline teaches you the power of patience. It whispers to you that slow progress is still progress, and mastery takes time. It teaches you to embrace boredom, because greatness is not found in excitement. It is built in repetition, doing the same thing with excellence, day after day, when the thrill has worn off and only grit remains. That is where champions are born, in the silence, in the solitude, in the stubborn refusal to back down. And let's be clear, the road will challenge you. You will be tempted to quit. There will be voices in your head that say it's not worth it, that you'll never get there. But those voices are not you. They are the echoes of fear. Silence them with action. Replace doubt with discipline. Let every doubt become a reason to prove yourself right. Your persistence will outlast every fear, every judgment, every obstacle in your way. The beauty of discipline is that it compounds. What starts as a struggle becomes second nature. The habits you once had to force become part of your identity. You no longer try to be disciplined. You are disciplined. You no longer push yourself. You are pulled forward by a vision so powerful that not showing up feels unnatural. That's what you're building, a version of yourself so aligned with purpose that your actions flow effortlessly toward progress. Let others seek comfort. You seek greatness. Let others chase distractions. You chase growth. Let others coast. You climb because you know something they've forgotten, that comfort is a slow death, and greatness lives at the edge of resistance. You know that you are not made to live an average life. You were made to stretch, to grow, to break through limits and show others what's possible when you refuse to quit. And even if no one else sees your effort, even if no one applauds your progress, you know. You feel it in your bones, you carry that fire every day, and you keep walking toward the vision only you can see. That is the mark of a disciplined soul, one who does not need external validation to keep going. You are not chasing applause. You are chasing alignment. You are becoming who you were meant to be. In the end, the disciplined life is not about perfection. It is about direction. It is about choosing again and again to become better, to learn from every failure, to rise after every fall, to embrace the grind, knowing it's molding you into something unstoppable. The disciplined life is not always glamorous, but it is always rewarding, because it gives you what nothing else can: power over yourself, pride in your journey, and the peace of knowing you gave everything you had to something greater than yourself. So today, recommit. Remind yourself that you don't need more motivation. You need more discipline. You don't need easier conditions. You need greater resolve. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you the life you want, but you don't need them to, because you are capable, you are enough. And with discipline, you will rise again and again until the world takes notice, not because you asked for attention, but because your results made the noise. Discipline is not punishment, it is self-love. It is the highest form of respect you can give yourself, the acknowledgement that your future matters, that your life has value, that your dreams are worth protecting. And every time you say yes to the harder choice, you are proving that you believe in yourself. You are proving that you trust your own strength, that belief, that trust, that inner fire. It will take you further than you ever thought possible. So keep going, keep building, keep rising, no matter how slow it feels, no matter how far away the goal seems, you are moving. You are becoming, and one day you will look back and realize the discipline was worth it. Every sacrifice, every sleepless night, every time you said not yet, to temporary pleasure for the sake of permanent fulfillment, it was worth it, because it gave you a life that few dare to create. That legacy you're building, it's not written in one grand moment. It's carved into time by the thousands of seemingly insignificant choices you make each day. Waking up early instead of hitting snooze, choosing the grind over comfort, holding your tongue when anger flares, showing up for your goals even when the world gives you every reason to sit down. These moments, they matter more than any speech, any applause, any single breakthrough, because they are the invisible bricks in the foundation of greatness, and discipline is the mortar that holds them all together. Every day that you live with discipline, you cast a vote for the future you desire. You're not just getting through the day. You're casting your vote for the strongest, most resilient, most extraordinary version of yourself. That version isn't born in the spotlight. It's forged in the quiet, in the repetition, in the refusal to let your feelings dictate your fate. Let this sink in. Every time you conquer your impulses, you grow stronger. Every time you delay gratification, you sharpen your edge. Every time you ignore the noise and follow your plan, you gain control. Over time, this control becomes your superpower. While others are scattered, swayed, distracted, you're locked in. While others chase fleeting pleasure, you're chasing permanent power. Because discipline is power, not just physical power, but mental, emotional, and spiritual dominance over your own life. It's not about being rigid, it's about being rooted, rooted in purpose, rooted in clarity, rooted in values that don't sway when the wind of life starts howling. The undisciplined live at the mercy of the moment. Their emotions drive the car, their fears hold the map, their excuses sit in the front seat. But you are taking the wheel. You're not waiting for motivation to strike like lightning. You're generating it through motion. You're building it by doing the thing again and again until the world has no choice but to acknowledge the immovable force you've become. And yes, it gets tiring. There will be days when discipline feels like a burden, but those are the days that separate the committed from the curious, the invested from the interested, the determined from the dabblers. You see, discipline isn't supposed to feel good all the time. It's supposed to build good over time. Real discipline is doing what must be done, especially when you don't want to do it. That's the forge where greatness is made. That's where you become unstoppable. Discipline is freedom. It may sound paradoxical, but it's true. The more disciplined you are, the more freedom you gain. Freedom from chaos, from regret, from missed opportunities, from the suffocating weight of unrealized potential. When you master your mind, you free yourself from being a prisoner to every fleeting emotion, every distraction, every whisper of doubt. You own your focus, you own your time, you own your direction. And that's how you start owning your day, not by chance, not by accident, but by intention. From the moment you open your eyes, you are declaring war on mediocrity. You are saying, "This day is mine," and not the world's. Not your fears, not your past's, yours. And the way you own your day is not through grand declarations, but through small acts of dominance. Act consistently, relentlessly, faithfully. Make your bed. Drink water, meditate, train, work in silence, push through resistance, speak less, listen more, stick to your plan, delay the dopamine, sacrifice the short term, envision the long term, own the moment. Repeat these simple steps done with insane consistency, create an unshakable life. They don't just make you better, they make you dangerous, focused, intentional, respected, and most of all, proud of yourself. Because that pride, the kind that comes from living with discipline, it's not the ego-based pride of showing off. It's quiet. It's sacred. It's the feeling you get when you look in the mirror and know that you didn't quit. That you faced the temptations, that you conquered the cravings, that you held the line when no one would have blamed you for letting go. And the truth is, most people won't understand your journey. They'll call you obsessed. They'll say you're too intense, too serious, too focused. But those same people will later ask how you did it, how you stayed consistent, how you built what they couldn't. And your answer will be simple: I mastered my mind, I owned my day, I practiced discipline like my future depended on it, because it did. Let their judgment be fuel, let their laziness be a mirror of what you never want to become. Use everything, every rejection, every delay, every setback, as a lesson, as leverage, as confirmation that you're walking a path most don't dare to tread. That's what sets you apart. That's what puts you in the 1%. Not talent, not luck, but discipline. You will not always feel ready, but you can always be prepared. You will not always feel strong, but you can always act with strength. That's the difference between living by emotion and living by principle. Discipline teaches you to choose principles over feelings, vision over distraction, growth over comfort, the long term over the momentary. This is not a sprint. It's not even a marathon. It's a lifetime. A life lived with purpose. A life that refuses to bow to laziness, fear, or mediocrity. A life that commands respect, not because you asked for it, but because you earned it with every disciplined decision, every early morning, every late night, every time you did what needed to be done, no matter how hard it felt. You were not born to live soft. You were not made for average. Inside you is a level of discipline, focus, and power that few will ever activate, but you're different, you're waking it up, you're choosing to be uncommon. You're choosing to lead yourself, and through that choice, you're becoming unstoppable. Because the truth is, once you've tasted what discipline creates, you'll never go back. The clarity, the control, the confidence. It's addictive in the best way. When you start seeing the results of your effort, when you feel yourself transforming into someone you admire, you realize that discipline is not a punishment, it's a privilege. It's not a limitation, it's liberation. It's not something that holds you back, it's what sets you free. You begin to understand that most people live their lives like leaves in the wind, blown here and there by every distraction, every excuse, every emotion. But you are no leaf, you are the storm. You decide where you go. You choose what you become. And that choice, that commitment to discipline, turns you into a force that cannot be stopped, cannot be shaken, and cannot be ignored. Every day you become more focused, every week more powerful, every month more relentless, every year more unrecognizable, in the best possible way, because the old you, the one who procrastinated, who doubted, who drifted, begins to fade away. And in their place stands someone sharper, stronger, bolder, someone who knows what they want and refuses to settle for anything less. And it doesn't require perfection. It requires persistence, not 100% every day, but effort every day. That's the secret most people miss. You don't need to conquer the mountain in a single climb. You just need to show up and take the next step, and the next, and the next, until one day you look back and the sum it is behind you. Discipline is how you close the gap between who you are and who you can be. It's how you move from potential to actualization. It's how you bridge the distance between dreams and reality, not with hope, not with luck, but with action, steady, focused, unwavering action. And the real beauty, once you've built that discipline in one area, it starts to ripple into every other area of your life. You start eating better, thinking clearer, working smarter. You attract better relationships, seize better opportunities, and experience deeper levels of fulfillment. Why? Because the world responds to those who are in control of themselves. Life opens doors for those who show they can be trusted with the keys. So when the temptation comes, and it will, and when the doubt creeps in, and it will, and when the voices whisper, just this once, it doesn't matter, remember this, it always matters, every choice matters. Every time you say yes to discipline and no to distraction, you're reinforcing your foundation, you're strengthening your core, you're becoming more unbreakable. The gym may be empty, the early morning may be cold, the grind may feel endless, but the reward, oh, the reward is eternal. not just in trophies or titles or bank accounts, but in self-respect, in peace of mind, in the quiet, powerful knowing that you are in control of your destiny. This journey, this disciplined path, isn't about being better than others. It's about being better than you were yesterday. It's about squeezing the most out of your potential, about looking at your reflection and saying, I honored the gift of life today. I didn't waste it. I used it. I owned it. And even when you stumble, and you will, you don't stay down. Discipline doesn't mean never failing. It means always rising, learning, adjusting, coming back stronger. The fall doesn't define you, the rise does. The comeback does. The grit to get up, wipe off the doubt, and step forward again. That's the heart of discipline. That's the essence of power. So don't just chase dreams, build them. Don't just wish for change, become it. Don't just hope for a better life. Create one, brick by brick, habit by habit, day by day. Because your future is not something you stumble upon. It's something you design with discipline, and the tools are in your hands. Master your mind, command your focus, own your day, do it again tomorrow, and the next, until one day, discipline is no longer something you do, it's who you are. And when that day comes, there will be no limit to what you can achieve, no barrier you cannot break, and no dream too far to reach. You'll have become the architect of your life, the builder of your empire, the master of your fate, all because you made one decision, and stuck to it, to live with discipline, to own your mind, to own your time, to own your day. You're just getting started, and that's the most powerful place to be. Because in the beginning, every ounce of effort echoes louder. Every choice you make to rise instead of rest, to focus instead of drift, to act instead of wait, each one creates ripples. Those ripples become waves, and soon you become unstoppable, not because it's easy, but because you've built yourself into someone who doesn't stop. Remember, this journey is not about achieving some fleeting goal and then returning to comfort. This is about evolving into someone who thrives in discomfort, someone who seeks challenge, who welcomes adversity, who uses every obstacle as fuel. Discipline trains you not just to succeed. It trains you to endure, to dominate, to ascend. Not once, but repeatedly, day after day. While the undisciplined seek motivation to act, you act until motivation shows up. You don't need a feeling. You need a standard, and your standard is excellence. Every day, in every moment, you raise it. You refine your habits. You tighten your focus. You cut the noise. You eliminate what doesn't serve your purpose. You make space for greatness by removing the average. And what begins to happen is magical. You begin to trust yourself. You know you'll show up. You know you'll follow through. You become your own rock, your own leader, your own engine. That self. Trust is the core of confidence. And confidence rooted in discipline is unshakable. It's not arrogance. It's assurance. You don't have to speak loudly because your life speaks for you. You start making decisions faster, clearer, with zero hesitation. Because when your mind is trained, you're not pulled by emotion or swayed by chaos. You move with intention. You don't react to life. You respond. You don't wait for the right moment. You create it. You don't chase perfection. You pursue progress. And over time, that progress becomes undeniable. People will begin to notice. They'll ask what changed. They'll think it was something sudden, a big break, a lucky win, a stroke of genius, but you'll know the truth. It wasn't sudden, it was earned brick by brick, sacrifice by sacrifice, morning by morning, rep by rep. It was the little things done without applause, without permission, without excuses. They didn't see the late nights, the early mornings, the loneliness of choosing discipline while others partied. They didn't see you fight temptation, silence doubt, defy comfort, but they'll see what it built. They'll see the results, and they'll call it talent or fate. Let them. You don't need their understanding. You have results. You have strength. You have you. Because at the end of the day, it's not about proving them wrong. It's about proving yourself right, proving that your dreams were worth the pain, that your vision was worth the sacrifice, that your life was worth designing, not drifting through, that you were never crazy for wanting more, you were courageous. That courage, when paired with discipline, becomes a weapon. It makes you sharper than fear, more consistent than failure, more focused than distractions. With that, you can withstand the storm, you can outlast the drought. You can keep going long after others have quit, because you're not here for quick results. You're here for permanent growth. You're building a legacy of self-respect, a future of freedom, a reputation of reliability, not to others, but to yourself. And when that's in place, everything changes. You're no longer chasing success. You're attracting it, not because you want validation, but because you've become valuable, and value never goes unnoticed. The world makes room for those who master themselves because they are rare, they are needed, they are trusted to lead, to create, to inspire. You don't need to be loud to lead, you need to be disciplined. Your example is your power, your life is your proof. So no matter where you are today, if you're just beginning, if you're halfway up the mountain, or if you're rebuilding after a fall, know this: the next right choice is always within your control. The next act of discipline is always available, and that choice is your power. You have everything you need to own this day, not tomorrow, not next week, today. Own the next hour, then the next. Stack those victories. Protect your momentum, and if you stumble, don't spiral, don't quit, reset, refocus, return to the path. Discipline is not perfection. It's persistence. It's starting over again and again with strength, not shame. And as the days pass, you'll realize you don't just have discipline anymore. You are discipline. You don't just do hard things. You are hard to break. You don't just master routines. You are the master of your reality. In that identity, it's untouchable, unbeatable, unforgettable. You are the one who rose above their excuses, the one who took ownership when it was easier to blame, the one who stayed committed when it was easier to quit, the one who decided to live fully, fiercely, deliberately. So when the alarm rings, get up. When the pressure rises, lean in. When fear whispers, roar back with action. You were not made to live on your knees. You were made to stand tall, to stand firm, and to stand out. Master your mind, own your day, and watch what happens when discipline meets destiny. You don't need